Arsenal 0-1 PSG Dembele's dagger sinks Gunners. PSG snatch advantage in Champions League semi. By the time the final whistle blew at the Emirates, you could feel it in the air. Disappointment, frustration, and above all, unfinished business. A 26-pass masterpiece, a precise strike from Ousmane Dembele, one silencing goal. Paris Saint-Germain walked into the Emirates Stadium on Tuesday night with fire in their eyes and left with a crucial 1-0 win in the first leg of their Champions League semi-final clash with Arsenal. It was a night where small margins told the biggest story, and PSG's early strike left the Gunners staring down a mountain they'll need to climb in Paris. Dembele's fourth-minute goal, crafted through a sweeping, elegant build-up and finished with cold-blooded precision, proved to be the only difference on the scoreboard. But that lone goal, it spoke volumes. For Arsenal, it was a night of what-ifs, near misses, and Donnarumma-shaped denial. The Gunners fought back with intensity, pressed with urgency, and even celebrated an offside equalizer. But football at this level is cruel, unforgiving. And when the stakes are this high, moments, just moments, separate heartbreak from glory. The lightning strike. From the opening whistle, PSG made their intentions known. The match was just settling into its rhythm when Dembele exploded into life. It began with a familiar burst forward, the ball shifting with metronomic pace across PSG's midfield. Dembele laid it off to Kavica Kvaratskhelia, who torched Arsenal's Jurrien Timber with a blistering run. The Georgian returned the favor with a smooth ball into space. Dembele, now alone in the box, rifled it in off the far post. 1-0, just 4 minutes in. Shockwaves in the Emirates. It wasn't just a goal, it was a statement. The sequence, 26 uninterrupted passes, was pure football artistry, and for Arsenal, the nightmare start. The Gunners looked rattled, unsettled. Paris Saint-Germain smelled blood. Donnarumma the wall. If Dembele was the knife, Gianluigi Donnarumma was the shield. The Italian shot-stopper turned in a world-class performance, thwarting everything Arsenal could throw at him. He denied Gabriel Martinelli with a cat-like dive. He stuck out a giant paw to stop Leandro Trossard, who thought he had buried the equalizer. He caught, parried, commanded his box like a general on the battlefield. At one point, it seemed inevitable Arsenal would score. The crowd roared as Declan Rice danced forward and split the PSG defense with a brilliant ball to Trossard. But again, Donnarumma had other ideas. A palm, a save, another Arsenal sigh. Sometimes a goalkeeper wins you a tie, said one commentator. Tonight, Donnarumma might have done just that. VAR denies the comeback momentum was swinging back toward the red and white shirts. The Emirates crowd, electric throughout the second half, thought they'd witnessed the equalizer when Mikel Merino rose to head home just after the break. The stadium erupted, but the jubilation was short-lived. VAR intervened, offside. Boos rained down on referee Slavko Vincic as the decision was confirmed. A goal chalked off. Arsenal's bench fumed. Fans vented their fury. Another near moment, another knife twist. Missed chances, missed opportunity. While PSG faded slightly in the second half, Arsenal couldn't quite capitalize. Bukayo Saka looked dangerous but lacked the final touch. Martinelli had a glimpse but was blocked. Trossard, lively as ever, seemed cursed on the night. Jakob Kiwior had a clean header, easy for Donnarumma. Saka's cross just missed Martinelli's boot. Every bounce, every ricochet seemed to fall just wrong. And yet, as the Gunners pushed, they left themselves vulnerable. PSG nearly made it too when substitute Bradley Barcola fired wide after a slick counter. Then Gonçalo Ramos rattled the crossbar in the dying moments. Arsenal were hanging on, spared only by inches and woodwork. Arteta, we need something special. Post-match, Mikel Arteta stood composed but clearly disappointed. We need to do something special in Paris, he admitted. We are capable, absolutely. But this is the Champions League. It's about moments. And tonight, one moment changed everything. He reflected on the slow start, the growing composure as the game wore on, and the undeniable sting of walking away with nothing. Other than the goal, they had very little. We improved, we built pressure, we created, but we need to finish. In Paris, we must finish. Luis Enrique, we showed who we are. On the other side, Luis Enrique was satisfied but cautious. These games are emotional, difficult to control, he said, but we showed our identity. We came here and played our way. He praised his team's early execution, their ability to ride out Arsenal's storm, and the narrowness of the margin. We could have scored again, yes. But there is still another match. Nothing is decided. The battle isn't over. Despite the loss, Arsenal fans can take some solace. The performance wasn't poor. It just wasn't inu.